Let's see. That is definitely HOF. That's Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Keep watching the knife show. I will tell you what is in those boxes later on via video. HOF. Definitely HOF. Hall of Fame. Definitely HOF. That is a Momentum Vortec GMT watch with a sapphire crystal. Link below. Man, I love this watch. It's just so excellent. But I'm not reviewing it now. Not yet. HOF patches, dudes. On the screen is where you get them. I love those patches. I could be doing this all day if I wanted to. This is a Seiko SNE 391 dive watch with a Barton silicone band. HOF. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Cold Steel Espada XL. Coated by Tactical Doodle. That's a TMP customization right there. And they come and go. Check the website. M9A1. Total HOF. I just reviewed that one not too long ago. TLR1. HL. Totally. And then the SIG 226. Totally. And yeah, I got some clothing review coming up too. You can even see my notes for an upcoming watch review peeking out there. That is for the Casio GA400-9 Bravo. Pretty awesome. Yellow, blue configuration. Do I have that one here? I'll just show you real quick. There you go. Huh, right there. That's for that watch. So I'm hoping to get to that tonight too. A lot of work to do. And none of this is set up. If you're looking at this and going, oh yeah, it's a pretty interesting setup you did just to be interesting. That's not what happened. It's natural. I was just like throwing stuff on the table and I stop and I go, wait a second, that's pretty interesting. It shows what's going on. Shows the different types of gear reviews going on here in 2017. So I just left it, and I'm going to leave it the whole show for this knife review, actually. Yeah, it's a knife review. And you've seen the title. You may have not heard the blade or about the blade before. The only place I've seen this one is on A.G. Russell's website. That's where I ordered it about 2 years ago. I've had it for a long time. Literally, this knife has been sitting around at my feet here in the reviewing area, waiting for me to get around to it. Here we go. I'm finally doing it. So this is a mini, perhaps EDC, perhaps food preparation fixed blade knife review. Not gun, not watch, but kind of an interesting intro, I guess. Here it is. This is a War Eagle blade. Make sure I'm saying it right. War Eagle Blades. You see the marking on the blade there. Pocket Skinner is what this one is. And they have it in black and they have it in orange. I much prefer the orange version. What do you think? Philosophy of use, really quick, I would say EDC, believe it or not. And I'm not a big user of fixed blades for EDC for all the reasons I've said through the years here in the knife show. They usually just bang around, get in the way as I'm in the car. They're scratching stuff up in the car. It's just, if I'm outside, like hiking or something, then a fixed blade, belt ridden, I should say, you know, putting it on the belt makes more sense for me. But for this one, I'll say EDC because it's so easy to carry. It is only 1.8 ounces. I'll say that again. The War Eagle Blades Pocket Skinner is only 1.8 ounces. And let me see what I have EDC in today. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I have a Mannix Lightweight. Jeff from Cutlery Shop's orange version. So there it is. I told you I love orange. Check it. So there's a size comparison for you. Two very cool orange blades. I'll talk about my handle mod here in just a second. Huh, more stuff on the table. A Spyderco product. Love Spyderco. So here's the sheath right here. Yeah, put it in the right way. And I did try to neck this. In other words, I did put some cordage through here. I wore it around my neck for one day and it didn't go so well. I don't recommend you do it because the retention just ain't up to snuff. I mean, it actually popped out while I was sitting. And I was checking it because I am, you know, testing it. I was like, is that thing still secure? And it's like this. So don't wear it upside down. It's not really meant for that. But you put some other stuff through there and anchor it, for instance, in an LBE pocket as a soldier blade. I think that would be super cool. So we put it in maybe in an ammo pocket or better yet, a pistol magazine pocket all the way down, melt 2 holes in there, take 550 or some other cord and then secure it. And then it's in there forever. The only thing you'd have to worry about is as you take it out, this may transition, roll left or right in an LBE pocket, which I don't have up here right now. And when you put it back in, you have to be careful it goes in the sheath and not somewhere else, like into your belly. Safety tip from TMP. But the way I carried this, and this is why I'm saying it's EDCable, is in my pocket. And then I put this on. This is just a paracord lanyard, so it makes finding the blade super quick and easy to extract. It worked out great. Is it my first choice every day? No. It's just kind of in the mix. And usually I'm going with a folder. You know, like the Mannix Lightweight. That's kind of where I'm at. I've been doing that forever. Forever. Food preparation knife is another really excellent and appropriate philosophy of use for the War Eagle Blades pocket skinner. They also have another model I'll roll in screenshot somewhere, and that is the Hunter Caper. But look at how thin this sucker is. 1.2 millimeters in thickness. That's what I'm talking about for a food prep blade, dudes. I want a very thin slicing knife when I'm prepping the food. Paring, cutting meat. This would be a great steak knife. Actually, it'd be a great wilderness backpacking blade too for skinning trout, small game. Remember the weight, 1.8 ounces. Really awesome knife. And get this, I'll say it now. The cost, 15 bucks. It's 15 bucks from A.G. Russell. So it's not in Amazon. It's not in some other websites. I've only seen it on A.G.'s site. And he does some good knives. I've always enjoyed going to A.G.'s site and checking it out. He doesn't always have the best prices. So I haven't bought a ton from him through the years because sometimes they kind of push towards retail. But something like this, sometimes he really hits the mark perfectly. And like this blade. This is my electrical taping labeling system that I use. And you can see it's worn off in the pocket because, like I said, I've had it a while. It's been here forever. The steel is 8CR 13 MOV. I still like that steel. It takes such a great edge. It's easy to sharpen, not very rust resistant. It is 80 millimeters long. I talked about thickness, 1.2. The edge is somewhat underwhelming, but I haven't touched it up. I have used it a bit. If I edged it, it would be better. So right now, a really sharp knife, you shouldn't be able to do that. Like run your thumb on it. I mean, it's okay. It's not horrible. This is still the factory edge. See, it's kind of just running there. It needs some work. So I need to put it on my Edge Pro Apex and do a number on it. And the 8CR should be fine. I'm going to have to change my angle because as I put it on a consistent angle sharpener, there's really no flats. I'm going to have to just adjust my angle here for the proper one that I want. And I'd probably go relatively steep on it. It's going to be a Chinese produced blade, just like a lot of them are. In fact, some of these Spydercos right here, and they're relatively expensive, they're made in China too. So go figure. I mean, it's prevalent. It's been that way for a decade. No changing it now. Not yet. 15 bucks. I mean, you make this in the States, what would it be? I don't know. Probably not that much more. 35, 30 bucks. But no one would buy it then, though. The Hunter Caper model is cool. I prefer this one, the pocket skinner. It's my favorite, really. Clear some table space at this point. Show you a couple options and also size comparisons. It's one we introduced earlier. This is Jeff Laufer's Griffin M10 that he sells there at Cutlery Shop. It's a really excellent boot knife. Let's see the comparison here. It's a Terzola design boot knife again. This one's in VG10. He's changed the steel through the years. So this is bigger, you know, and it's definitely thicker. So I wouldn't want to use this for food prep. It's just, I don't know, it's too thick. Too thick. And then here's another A.G. Russell knife. I've shown this a couple times through the years, not lots. This is an A.G. Russell Bird and Trout. I don't know if he's making this exact one. I've had this one for about 17 years. Yeah, 17, 15 years. I've had a long time, and it's gone on a lot of backpacking trips with me. The Bird and Trout. And this one was in VG10. And this is when I really started learning about VG10, way prior to TMP, of course. And it has that same style of blade, right? So it's perfect. It's got that drop point. This has more upsweep to it, which I actually kind of prefer. Very similar knives. And I call this like a Hall of Fame backpacking blade. Just as a reminder, the Bird and Trout sheath is so superb. Look at that. That is neckable. That does not come out, the Bird and Trout. And I've worn this on a neck cord and it works fine. The only thing, I didn't remove this, so this is battering me a little bit. But look at this, push button. So if you're going to H.G. Russell, click around. Again, I didn't really look to see if he's still making the Bird and Trout. There's another one called the Deer Hunter. And he used to offer them in different steels, which was cool because it's such a great knife. It's a classically designed fixed blade knife. Maybe you could try it out in AUS 8, VG10. I don't think he ever made it in premium steels like any of the Crucible steels. I'd really like to see an S90, this exact blade. Same for the War Eagle. I think the War Eagle in a upgraded steel would be excellent. And maybe now that I've done a review, it'll be on your map. But for $15, dudes, yeah, get it and just try it. I mean, you can lose it and not have to worry about it. And like I said, the blade shape is perfect. The handle, I forgot to mention this, is relatively thin, but I don't mind that at all for what the knife is meant for its carryability. I don't want a thicker handle on this. Traction on it is minimal, and this is my mod I was going to talk about. This is why I wrapped it with A-grip synthetic suede material. I just use it on some pistol grips sometimes, and I had a swath there. I'll buy like a whole sheet of A-grip, and then I'll wrap all kinds of things with it. Anything that needs traction and a little bit more circumference, then I'll put it on. And so the War Eagle blades, Pocket Skinner gets a treatment of it. Great blade though, highly recommended. Got to press on to other reviews.